Good afternoon, good evening, this is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I've got a special video. This is Ivan Ortega'S very first YouTube Live. This is from my friend's channel, and for privacy purposes, the channel is no longer with us, and his voice is cut out, but I will narrate, and I will let you guys know the questions Ivan's asked, and then Ivan will answer the questions. This live took place when Ivan Ortega had 32 subscribers. As we know now, he's well past that at well over 30,000. The first question Ivan was asked was, what is your Star Wars editing project? Because at the time, nobody knew. Let's hear what he has to say.
Well, it's pretty much a re-edit of The Last Jedi as it came out. You know, I watched the movie several times, and one day I decided to just rearrange it and make it what I think it's going to be a more respectable viewing for the Star Wars fandom.
After that, Ivan is asked, what did you think of the editing on the final cut of The Last Jedi?
Honestly, I thought it was pretty messy. Inconsistent more than anything. And the tone was just all over the place.
Next, Ivan is asked, what do you think was the mistake in the editing of the final cut? Or should I say, the mistakes? Here's Ivan.
I think trying to grab as much audience as possible. What I mean by this is that you can see throughout the film that there's a lot of editing choices to appeal to different audiences. And because of that, the movie suffers because it doesn't have a tone. It doesn't have a rhythm. It doesn't have like a consistent throughout theme that you can just say, okay, the movie is this. It's this specific movie. Like if I asked you, what is the tone of this movie? You might say, oh, well, at times it's funny, but kind of takes itself seriously at some points. But then it's like, moral lecture. It's very confusing. And I think that's the major problem that this movie has.
The next thing Ivan says is a combination of when will this be done and what are you doing now to fix things?
No, right now we're actually in the process of still editing because there's a couple of things that I can also add to this movie to make it better, because I'm not just trying to make the pacing better and to eliminate a little bit of the unnecessary jokes or narratives, but I'm also trying to give more character motivation and make some other characters stand out a little, such as Admiral Akbar. Akbar got a light to shine this time, and he's such a beloved character. So I'm going to go to the scenes of Return of the Jedi, and I'm going to cut him out of the background, change his clothing, and put him back as if he didn't die. And I'm going to solve one of the major plot holes, which is why did Holdo didn't disclose the plan to pretty much anyone, and it's going to be Akbar saying something in regards of, guys, I think we have a traitor here, and because of that, no lower ranking officers or something, and because Poe was just demoted, and Akbar is going to be like, hey, we have Holdo here, she's going to be taking care of the bridge while I go and try to find out what's going on. So it gives motive for Holdo to be in the ship, in command of the bridge, and for Poe to be like, hey, what's the plan? And the first thing she says is, hey, weren't you demoted? And then with that, with work and a lot of patience, I think we can pull it off. And the next thing that we're trying to do is a fight between Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker.
Next, Ivan talks about Luke mourning Han, or you could say Luke not mourning Han, and some details about that.
On my channel, the very first video that I posted, that I still don't know how it didn't get copyrighted, it's about Luke mourning the death of Han Solo. In the original film, we have Chewie coming with Rey, and Rey is saying something like, "Hey, you're coming with us. We'll tell you in the Falcon." Luke says, "Wait, where's Han?" And then immediately cuts to Kylo. When I was in the movie theater the first time, I felt so empty. I was like, wait. You just found out that Han Solo, your best friend, is dead. Like, shouldn't you be reacting a little bit more? And the next time we see Luke, he's outside his little hut, receiving just like, more bombarding exposition information from Rey saying, "Hey, you gotta come back. We need the Jedi Order back." And he just brushes completely this death. It's like, no, we need something. So thankfully, they did shoot it. So I was able to grab that part and kind of merge it into a full morning of Han Solo with the Force theme as he's just silent with a tear coming down. I personally think it's beautiful, and the response for that video has been fantastic, so can't complain.
In this last part, Ivan tells his story about depression and what really got him to love Star Wars. He's told this story a couple of times in other places and on this channel in the past. This is the last thing he'll say. The original cut of this was only 10 minutes, so here it is.
If you don't mind, can I share something just a tiny bit personal about me? When I was young, I still wasn't in the U.S. at that time. I was going through a very rough patch. I didn't know if I was going to even make it. I saw Return of the Jedi, and that movie hit me so hard because up to that point, I knew Luke. I knew that he was a farmer boy in New Hope. Then he was training, but he was still, doubtful. But then he said something at the very end of the movie that has stuck with me forever, and that is, "I am a Jedi." When he said that, it wasn't about him saying, "I'm training to be one, I'm going to act like one." He said, "I am one." And that just gave me so much hope. It was like, this is the character that I root for. This is who the hero is supposed to be. He was the embodiment of what a hero should be. Someone that went through hardships. Someone that was optimistic and fought to the very end, and not even in the most desperate time gave in.
Now let me talk a little bit about the history of Ivan's channel, and also I gotta give Ivan a big thank you because he gave me permission to use this content. I didn't want to put it out there without his permission. A guy known as John Talks saw this interview, and he asked for Ivan to do an interview on his channel. And then a guy from a channel called Left Foot Media saw John's interview, and then a guy from Geeks and Gamers saw Left Foot Media's interview, and the rest is history. Of course, I wasn't behind the scenes with all these channels, so I don't know for a pure fact this is how it happened, but this is apparently what it looks like, judging by just the size of the channels and the general progressions of how you would blow up, so to speak. I also gotta say that the thing about Ivan that's great, and there's no denying, is consistency. Ivan has said the same thing and stuck to his guns for the last year about what he thinks about Star Wars, how he wants to make these changes to The Last Jedi. You don't see him getting lazy and saying, well, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. He's going to make it exactly how he always intended. I know there's a crowd out there who says, oh, it's never coming, this and that. I'll tell you guys right now, it's coming, it's going to be great, and the changes he's making are going to stick to, like I said, his original plan, which is awesome. So you guys, of course, check out Ivan's channel. That will be linked in the description. Let me know what you think of that. I'm going to end the video here. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, got a Twitter account, got a Patreon. I will see you guys next time.